After the bad C round and being on the radio, I also went and spoke to 900 Methodist youth from across the state of Arkansas at a Fort Smith Holiday Inn. Now, I remember the speech that it was something to do with making a parallel with Ten Commandments and Jesus and something to that effect and giving inspiration, and I knew I was going to get through this and that kind of inspirational spiritual pep talk kind of stuff. This is Shaylee and Katie. We were all members of the same Methodist Church youth group, and they and their families really supported me during my treatment. When I got back from doing my radio interview and also from talking to these 900 Methodist youth after the bad C round, I talked to Dr. Sailors about. I was like, what was so bad about the C round? I mean, what was supposed to happen? Dr. Sailor said, "Oh, you're just supposed to be hospitalized for a month and be on a morphine drip with no platelets." More evidence of how God was protecting me during my chemotherapy treatments. My fun time with chemotherapy was over after that. In April, after a round with methotrexate, my feet started to go numb all the way up to my belly button. I had been poisoned too much. After seeing Star Wars Episode 3 with my friend Boggs, my temperature spiked 101 degrees, and I was heading to Little Rock. It took the hospital staff all night to get me a room, and when they finally did, I started having complications. I needed a transfusion, but my temperature was too high, yet my blood pressure was reading 80 over 60. At this point, I remember the nurse turning the monitor away so I couldn't read it. I knew what was going on. However, I knew that I would not die. God had not led me this far so I could die. I was going to make it. After a day in ICU and then a week back in the regular rooms, I was sent on my way, never again to bother with chemotherapy or cancer again. I knew this was the last round, and I didn't need the doctors to tell me. I foresaw, through God, that I would not get cancer again. Life returned to normal for me. I was beginning to build the road to normalcy once again. My hair was starting to grow back incrementally, and it seemed like it'd take forever for it to finally grow back, but it did. I got back into stand-up comedy and basketball, and I have tried to give back to those who helped me by doing what I do best, talking. If you know someone with cancer, please share my story. Not because I'm egotistical or I need to have the attention or whatever, but because I want to help people. Because I want to give people support. Because I want to be a light on their dim path of treating this horrible disease. That's why I want to do it. What's my suggestion? Taking chemotherapy, radiation, surgery. What's my suggestion? Laugh. Make fun of everything. That's what I did. I took every little thing that was associated with cancer, and I laughed at it. Maybe that's why I have such an irreverence for my own mortality, as you saw with some of the comments in this video. Maybe that's why I do have that attitude. But just laugh. Laugh at everything. Try to make a joke about everything. Keep these corners of your mouth up. Keep your spirits up. That's what it's all about. And always believe that God will carry you on eagles on the blue star and guide you and protect you. Always believe that. In conclusion, it's like Tony Romo, Roger Staubach, those great guys. The things may be bleak, but you're never out of it. things may be desperate, but you're never out of the game. That's how I felt. That's the kind of confidence one must have in order to defeat cancer. And always, always stay in touch with God Almighty. I'll see you later, my fellow Cowboys fans.